welcome everybody to the Pidyon Haben ceremony, redemption of the firstborn, for our grandson, Moshe Shimon Kosofsky, the son of Yechiel and her children. I must point out that the ceremony is being broadcast on Facebook Live at Yechiel Kosofsky, and also We all know that the last of the 10 plagues was Makas Techoros, the death of the firstborn. That night, the firstborn of the Jews were all spared. Immediately following the events of the Exodus, the Torah writes, Kadesh li kol b'chor peter kol racham b'nei Yisrael, b'adam u'b'avhem alihu, sanctify for me every firstborn. The first of each womb among the children of Israel, of humans and animals, is mine. Later, at Mount Sinai, the Torah states, every human male who is the first of the womb is mine. You should redeem every firstborn of your sons. We find in the Gemara, in Bava Kama, Daf Pei Amud Aleph, Rav u'Shmuel Ravasi iklo lebei Shavua Haben, va'amri la lebei Yeshua Haben. Three rabbis, Rav, Shmuel, and Ravasi, went to a meal for a bris. Some say it was a meal for the Pidyon Haben, for the redemption of the firstborn. This is the earliest that we find that there was actually a meal connected with redemption of the firstborn. Our sages teach that by performing the Pidyon Haben, the baby is assured, is a skula, for long life, protection from illness, and also for Yiras Shamayim, fear of heaven. The redemption is performed after the baby is 30 days old on the 31st day. The father redeems the firstborn son. Now, if either grandfather is a Kohen or a Levi, then there is no redemption, with certain exceptions. In some cases, it could be. There is also no redemption if the baby is delivered by C-section. Although the mitzvah is to perform right away on the 31st day, if anyone, at any time in someone's life, they realized that there was no Pidyon Haben performed for them, then they would go through the ceremony with the Kohen, although not necessarily with a meal and lots of guests like this. So if anyone suspects that you may be firstborn and qualified and in need, and you haven't yet had a Pidyon Haben, please come to discuss with one of the rabbis here at LYA. It's a lot less painful than the bris. You don't have to worry. I remember back in 1989 when we had Yechiel's Pidyon Haben. We were new here, just here a few months. We had it in our apartment. And I remember taking the old wooden tables with my brother. We carried them on top of a station wagon up to the apartment and up the stairs. We had then the Schneiders, Leichlings, Kimball's. We also had the Azimovs, close family friends from Israel. The Shifrins. Now, in our case today, the baby was born Thursday, and that counts as the first day. So a few days ago, Thursday was the 29th day, Friday the 30th, and yesterday, Shabbos, was the 31st, and so therefore today is the first chance we have. The Pidyon Haben, the Torah says, to do with 5 shkolim, which are also commonly called the 5 slayim. Selah was the name of an ancient coin. This happens to be the same amount that Yosef's brothers sold him down to Egypt. So, in one sense, our Pidyon Haben, redemption of the firstborn, serves to correct the misdeed of the brothers in selling Yosef. There are different opinions of the value of a selah. So, in this case, we would follow the most strict opinion, which is a drop more than 102 grams of silver. Minted by the U.S. government, the Morgan dollar, the peace dollar, were 90% silver. The Eisenhower dollar from 1971 till I think 1985 was only 40% silver. But American Eagles since 1986 are 99.9% silver. Now, we don't have to use silver. Technically, according to the law, anything of that value may be used, something that has intrinsic value, not a document, not land, not a paper dollar, which is really a certificate, but something that in itself has actual value. The custom is to use silver coins. The Morgan dollar, the peace dollars, and the American Eagles, the 5 coins more than satisfy the amount. I looked up, I'm not sure if these ounces are regular ounces or troy ounces, but for a regular ounce, an 102 comes out to about a little more than 3.5 ounces for 102 grams. We will, again, the program is on the table. You can follow along. Yechiel, father of the baby, Kohen, can you come up? The Kohen today is Rabbi Danny Cohn, who is an uncle of my daughter-in-law, Moshe, and he and his family came from Pittsburgh, PA, just for this occasion. Stand here. Here's YouTube, so we got to make sure you face it. The ceremony begins with Yechiel saying to the Kohen, informing him that his wife gave birth to a firstborn son.
Right?
Right.
Ishte Israel is Yodali ben Zabachar.
And the Kohen responds, which would you rather have, the 5 Selah or the baby?
My boy say, Bincha Bechercha, Vachamisha Asloim, Nechaaptali, Tenli, Pidyon Haben.
And the father responds that he prefers the baby.
Be'ina b'ni b'cher zeh, b'cher di zeh, v'hila chamish Asloim, Pidyon, dem chayven abay.
And then the father recites 2 brachas, one for the Pidyon Haben, for the redemption, and the second Shechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu malcheinu asher l'shanu mitzvot tzvanu al Pidyon Haben.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu malcheinu shechianu v'kimanu v'yanu l'zman hazeh.
Amen. No, first I got say it. Okay. The Kohen says the bracha for wine and takes a sip.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen.
Amen. And we'll also ask all Kohanim here, all Kohanim to please come forward and to join Danny in reciting the Birkas Kohanim. Hold on. We gotta get it. These guys are pros. One moment. Don't start. Do you want to wrap it? Keep it. No, not yet. One more Kohen. part, we next proceed with the Sudas Mitzvah. The mitzvah. Now, because this is a mitzvah meal, so we want to extend and share the meals. And so one way that we do that by custom is to distribute goodie bags that are on the tables. In the goodie bags you'll find sugar and garlic. And when you'll take these home, and when you use it at home, you'll be able to share this mitzvah in a subsequent meal and with anyone who may not have been at the Pidyon Haben today. I'd also like to point out that partaking in the meal is the equivalent of fasting for 84 days, which in Kabbalah is mentioned to atone for certain severe misdeeds.
Just want to tell all the children, we have hot dogs for the children and Mr. Kimball. We'll be serving that in the back, so please help yourselves, and we'll talk a little bit more later.
We have 13 tables set up today. Can I have a nice crowd?